Good evening, everyone. We welcome all the coaches on this online shooting clinic. This clinic will be conducted by Mr. David Jones, DJ from America. I welcome Mr. Adavarjuna, the President of BFI, Mr. Kulvinder Gill, the Secretary of BFI, and all dignitaries, office bearers, and all my coaches. So now I request Mr. Gill, Secretary BFI, to give away the welcome speech.
I welcome everyone, all the secretaries and presidents from different states of Basketball Federation of India. All the office bearers, our president, Adav Arjuna. And it's a great opportunity today that we have Mr. David Jones, DJ, with us from the United States of America, who is known as the shot doctor. So definitely today in this clinic, all the coaches and players will be definitely benefited with his presence and with this clinic. So on behalf of Basketball Federation of India, first of all, I welcome Mr. David Jones, who is known as the shot doctor. Today he is in Chennai. Welcome to you, sir, in India. A brief introduction. I would like to give to all regarding Mr. David Jones. He is known as the shot doctor. He is a former professional basketball player who has incorporated years of professional playing and coaching experience and created a perfect shot. You see, everyone knows that ultimately basketball you have to score to win. So how to create a perfect shot? So upon retiring from playing, DJ transitions to become basketball shooting coach. He uses his unique ability to communicate professional basketball shooting at all levels to teach advanced technique for shooting and offensive skill development. He has great experience working with all the youth, college, and professional level boys and girls in USA and also at international renowned cities all over the world. He has played professionally for 13 years in Germany, Austria, Poland, and France. He holds various three-point shooting records in Germany, Poland, and Austria. And more above, he holds free throw highest percentage record with shooting 100% in a season and also making 98 consecutive free throws in a row. So that's great that we have such an important and specialized person today with us in this clinic. Welcome, Mr. DJ Jones, once again on behalf of Basketball Federation of India and also on behalf of our president. And I would request now Bhaskar sir to continue with further. Hello.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for
Thank
your.
you.
Now I request Mr. Scott Fleming to give a small introduction of Mr. David Jones.
Hey, I'm here just to support David. I'm just a spectator. Maybe I can learn something today. But I love India basketball. Everybody knows that. And I'm so grateful that you've come and to help all of us with our shot and many things more, I'm sure. But it's good. I met David back in California when we were visiting there, and so got to know him a little bit, but was really glad that you could come and be a part of us here. So, pay attention, coaches. Every clinic I've been to, I've learned at least one thing, okay? And so I hope you learn more than that, but you take away at least one from what he says today. All right? Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Now, I hand over the floor to Mr. David Jones. Mr.
Thank
David
you,
Jones.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Can I get a rebounder, please? Thank you. I'm just going to take a few shots. First of all, I'd like to thank. Yeah. We'll show a video first. Let's show a video first. I got my rebounder with me.
Consistent on everything I do, from how I work out, my workout rate. Every time you go up, extend your body up high. Shooting ball should be straight, guiding hand should be right next to your shooting hand. When you make a pass, if you go screen, we don't have to take that shot. Because he's going to be open or you're going to be open. But I don't want you to make the pass and stand there and watch it.
And I'm here with Carson, who just finished his freshman year at Shriner University.
Yes, sir.
So, Carson, first of all, tell me, how was your experience being at this camp with the kids? You've been here all week. Tell me your experience.
I love working with these kids. You know, teaching them helps me get better in my own right. You know, teaching the game, thinking about the game, you know, maybe seeing it a different way.
Yeah, he's my coach.
And how long have you been training with DJ?
Been training for him for 6 years now.
And tell me how intense some of those sessions can be, but you've learned a lot, like you said.
Man, if you're willing to put in the work, it's going to be a lot. You're going to be dead tired after the end of it, but it's all worth it in the end.
There's no better person you want to learn from, for
No
sure.
one better.
I do a lot of training in Ulm, Ulm, Germany, ULM. Okay. And so with
I'm Lukas Onoska. I'm from Germany. I'm 16 years old and I am playing Pro B in Germany. I'm with DJ here to work on my outside shot, my 3-pointers, and my mid-range to get it better, so I can be more unguardable.
Got it.
discipline, shooting, understanding the game of basketball is what's most important that you guys need to be working on. And that's something that you can take back to Germany and work on those things. Work out.
1, 2, 3, Mannschaft.
Okay, coaches here in India, thank you all for joining me. I'm very honored to be here to share my experience and share my knowledge with you, and tuned in with what I would like to share. I'm very honored for the opportunity. And players, thank you all for being here. Coaches, you guys are awesome. Thank you for having me. Okay, for you coach, I'm just gonna go over some simple, easy, mid-range jump shots just to warm up. And I encourage all the coaches, have the players come in and warm up first in close. We have a lot of kids around the world, not just in America. They come in, they get their shoes on, and they go straight to the three-point line, and they never seem to get a good rhythm with shooting. And so I just want to show you coaches on how I train myself, how I train my daughter you saw in the video, and how I work with all the kids in my academy. The best way to train is in close. The best way to develop a good shooting habit is in close with the correct fundamentals, and then work your way out. And everything that you see me do is what you saw in the video and what we'll be working and talking about today. Okay? I have my rebounder here. I'm gonna start in close, just get a good feel, a good rhythm with shooting. I'll try to hold my shooting form just a little bit longer so you'll see it. My hand placement, my release, making sure my support hand is straight and right next to my shooting hand. If I'm moving to the left, my footwork is gonna be right, left, shoot. And that's off. Let's go again, right, left, shoot. There we go. Again, right, left, shoot. Just nice, easy shots. And when I'm going to my right, left, right, footwork, pull up, jump shot. Left, right, shoot. Left, right, shoot. Left, right, shoot. You notice I receive the basketball. I'm going to keep it in my mid area here. I'm not going to receive it and drop it. Pass it, please. Receive it here. Up high. Right under my shoulders. In my midsection. I got it. Pass it, please. Just so you can see how I do not drop the ball under my waistline. Never want to drop the ball under my waistline. And especially for some of you shorter players, coaches, you have shorter players, you don't want them to drop it. They can get the shot off much quicker. Left footwork, I'll go one more. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Give him a hand. I try not to miss too many shots, but I really focus on the shooting mechanics, shooting fundamentals. Making the shot is great, but my shooting form is the most important thing because my shooting form is what helped the shot go in. A lot of coaches may tell their players, hey, focus on your shot. Especially when we work with young kids, we want them to know how to focus on their shot. And so therefore, we want them to focus on their fundamentals, focus on their footwork. 1, 2, shoot, fully extend, release up high, make sure your support hand is straight. I know we talked about that yesterday, and you guys did an amazing job with that. And so every time we get out on the basketball court, coaches, make sure when players are coming in, if you can, and make sure when they're warming up that they're using the correct shooting form. And there's no problem. I do it with the kids that come to my academy. Hey, keep your guide hand straight. Hey, your footwork should be right, left, or left, right, okay? And when you get engaged more with the team, then you're better. I know for me, and I just like to give my suggestions to you, and maybe you already do it, maybe not, but I always get to the gym early. I always get to practice early. And so when kids come in, I can interact with them a little bit better. I can maybe ask them about school. Because a lot of times, when I get kind of personal with the kids and their parents, they open up to me even more. And that's what I want. I want the kids to feel comfortable with me being their coach or me being their trainer. And if they're comfortable with me and I'm comfortable with them, they start to trust me. And at the end of the day, that's what we want from our players. We want our players to trust us. They trust us, they're going to work hard. If they believe in us and us coaches, if we believe in our players, then they're going to work even harder for us. Okay? And that's going to be very, very important to be able to connect with your players each and every day. And some days they come in and just had a bad day at school or just a bad day. And how do we help them better, just to be better on the basketball court forward and understand it's just life that you go through, that you're going to get better each and every day. Okay? And so I have a drill that I put together, and it's just a shooting drill. It's a great warm-up shooting drill, especially if you have a partner. we'll have 7 spots, okay? We'll go mid-range baseline. We'll go mid-range baseline. We'll be here is 1. We'll go 2 here. It has to hit off the backboard. We'll go 3 with the right elbow. 4 in the middle at the free throw line. 5 left elbow. 6 off the backboard. Just mid-range shots, easy with a partner. And then 7 baseline. And you make 10, you rotate, especially if you get to practice early, okay? And so with that, can I have you guys stand up, please? All of you guys stand up. Line up on the white line here, facing me, okay? And then we'll go through some shooting fundamentals together for the coaches. And coaches, this is something great for you to have your players do. Once everyone gets to practice, you want to go through the shooting fundamentals with them. They may not use it all the time, but they'll have it in their brain. If they have it in their brain, eventually it's going to start to work for you. And at times we have to do this every practice, especially with the little kids, just to get them to understand and be better later on in life, okay? So players, just kind of repeat after me. I'll face this way and just follow my lead. Feet shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting hand on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Fully extend. Extend up high. Shooting elbow should be straight. All 5 fingers should be pointed down to the floor, but inside the basket. And your support hand, we call it guide hand, you call it support hand, should be straight right next to your shooting hand. And you should only have, relax guys, you should only have about this much space in between your guide hand and your shooting hand. Only this much space, okay? And with younger players, you'll have to go through this over and over and over again. When I host a basketball camp, we'll go Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Early in the morning, after the kids, we warm the kids up. They have to do this for 15 minutes. After lunchtime, we get back on the court. We warm up. They have to do this again for 15 minutes. Twice a day, Monday through Friday. By Friday, they're so much better. And they get it. And they hear my voice over and over again. They go home to mom and dad. They start to teach their parents the correct shooting form. And they may not always use the shooting form when they get the ball in their hands, but eventually they will. And so this is a great, great fundamental drill to work with kids and have them do it without the basketball. Okay? So let's go again, guys. Feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting hand on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Relax. Now, coaches, it's very important for me, and I would love for all coaches to do it, but everyone has their different styles. I always say shoulders width apart, and you guys can go it with me, okay? If your feet are outside your shoulders and the line of my shoulders is straight down, I'm not going to get a good lift on my shot. Players will not get a good lift on their shot, especially if you're a shooter. Now, if I go my shoulder line and my feet are too close together, guess what? It's so easy to get knocked off balance. Sometimes I can knock myself off balance without even trying. And so to build a good, strong foundation for players, especially shooters, we want to be shoulders apart. And if our feet are straight, our hips are straight, our shoulders are straight, and then shooting the ball right down the middle, right at the basket, it's much simpler. It's much easy. Okay? You have a lot of players, they want to turn to the side. This was Kobe's thing. He wanted to turn to the side and then get all the players to do that. Michael Jordan against Utah Jazz, he hit that last shot and he dropped his guide hand. Every kid in the world, and I travel the world, every kid in the world is shooting, dropping their guide hand. Then Kobe did it, and then guess what? That percentage is really, really low. And that's why I don't want you to drop your guide hand. That way, when we go up and shoot, our shoulders are balanced. The shoulders are square to the basket and they're balanced. When players shoot and they drop their guide hand, and sometimes they drop too early, and look, my hand is down, my arm is down, my shoulder's down, I slightly lean to the left. That's exactly where the ball is going, okay? And we want to make sure we don't do that. Coaches, we want to make sure that we're teaching these kids the right way to be consistent from outside shooting, be consistent from the free throw line, be consistent from the three-point line. And the only way to do that is to do it the way we're teaching here. And I like to say, it's not really my way, but it's just the right way to do things because I study basketball, I study shooting, I study the gurus who scientifically study this is why it's done this way, and that's why the shot is consistent. I study those guys. So if you ever have a question for me, give it to me because I study every single day. I keep over and over and over again because I want to be good for you guys. Us coaches, we want to be good for all the kids that come in contact with us so we can help them be the best that they can be. Okay? Let's do it a few more times. Feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting head on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Relax. Feet, shoulders width apart. I'm asking you guys. Point your feet straight, bend your knees, shooting head on top of the basketball, ready, shoot. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Open your fingers. Yes, very good, very good. The wrist down just a little bit more, very good, very nice. Okay, relax. And so this is one of my favorite things to help the coaches with, okay? When you're working with kids and they're shooting fundamentals, okay? If you give positive encouragement, like I just told the players, very good, very nice. Positive encouragement, that makes the kid feel really good. And if they smile, if you guys smile at me, then guess what? I know exactly how you feel inside. You feel even better inside. And that's one thing that we want to always be for kids. We want to be positive. We want to connect with them. We want to make sure that we are giving them positive feedback. They're excited about what we're teaching them. And they'll continue to work, even more, okay? So guys, let's go through it again. Feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting head on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Very good. I'm trusting that you guys are doing it correctly, but you guys are pretty good at it. Okay, good. We'll go to another quick video just so you guys can still kind of see what we're doing and how we're doing things and how I'm teaching. You guys can sit down if you want to. I don't want to get your legs too tired. I will call you back up. Don't worry. Very good. Thank you, guys. Okay. I want to just explain with the video. As you see, the ball never drops under my waistline. The person that shot after me was my daughter. The ball never drops under her waistline. Because of our size, being short, we can release the ball a little bit quicker. Even for you taller players, coaches, if you have taller players that you're training, still do not have them drop the ball under their waistline. At the same tempo, you get the shot off a lot quicker and a lot faster. And that's really, really important to get the shot off quicker and faster. Okay? And if you see all the kids that come into my academy, all the players that come into my presence when I'm training, all the players, I teach to shoot with the same fundamentals. And for coaches, can you imagine having a team of players that shoot the ball the same way, almost identical every single time? Can you imagine? And if you can imagine that, and you're training your players to shoot the basketball with the correct fundamentals every time, guess what? You're going to be a winning team. You're going to be a scoring team. Players are going to score. Whatever system you have, it doesn't matter. The player that gets the ball and takes a shot shoots with the correct shooting form. And at the end of the day, it takes less stress off of us because we don't have to yell and scream all the time at players because they're doing things the right way. And having a team of players shoot with the correct shooting form on any given day, everybody can be on fire. From mid-range shots to three-point shots. I played in a professional game in Germany that we had myself and the point guard. Not that we're competing with each other, but together we had 19 three-pointers. I mean, we were just on fire. And in the newspaper said, you know, DJ and Marcus Yoakum is unstoppable. Well, we just had one of those days where, you know, his fundamentals are good, my fundamentals are good, and then we're just sharing the basketball. And on any given day, I think we both had 48 points, 45 points each, which is amazing for two players on the same team. You know, with the younger players, you know, every parent want their kids to be a scorer, to be the best player on the team. But why not? Let's just share the basketball. Let's just, you know, whoever's open and within our system, we take the shot, we shoot the shot, we make the shot, and then everyone's excited for everyone. And so we have a group of players, a couple of teams that share the ball really, really well. And everyone, just to be on that particular high-level team, they have to shoot with the correct shooting form. Right now, our percentage at the free throw line as a team, which is unheard of, we're 87% at the free throw line as a team, and that's really hard to do. But these are the things that we work on to be better. When they come into the gym, and every coach has their system on how they're working with their players. Our system is when you come into the gym, you get ready, you get a ball, you have to go to the free throw line right away. You can't socialize. You can't be trying to play one-on-one. You can't be shooting up three-pointers. You're not getting a good rhythm. You have to go to the free throw line and get free throws in until we get started. And then we have teams, one on one end of the court, half on the other end, and we're shooting free throws. We're making free throws. So then when we do get started and get warmed up, those are pretty much their warm-up shots. Even though I still put them through a warm-up regiment, those are their warm-up shots. So we shoot a lot of three-pointers, and we're pretty good at threes. But it all started at the free throw line. And I encourage all the coaches, if you have players, you're working with a team, when they come into the gym, have them go to the free throw line and explain to them. If you're struggling from the outside, and all players do, there's been times I struggled on a professional level from the outside. A reporter says, "You're always on fire." I'm like, oh no, I had a really bad day. But I'm able to do other things to disguise it and work more with my teammates, get fouled and get to the free throw line. And make sure you tell your players, if you're missing your outside shot, I'm not saying don't shoot it, but find a way to work for your teammates. Find a way to get fouled going to the basket. Because then if you get at the free throw line, you can work on your jump shot. I've done it for years, 13 years. You can work on your jump shot throughout the course of the game at the free throw line. And so for me, I miss a couple shots. Okay, hey, what's going on? I get fouled. I go to the free throw line, and I'm thinking of my training. I'm thinking of practice. I'm thinking of what my coach had me do in practice, and I go right to practice in my mind. And I take my 2 dribbles, I set, and I shoot. And I start to work. Oh, I see the ball going to the basket. Yes. I see it going to the basket again. Yes. So I'm working on my jump shot throughout the course of the game at the free throw line. And so I encourage all the coaches, you understand it, we know you do, help these kids be better. The kids' development, your players' development is our responsibility. If they develop, if they get better, it's because of us. If they don't develop and get better, guess what? It's because of us, okay? But we want to be good coaches. We want good players, and we want to be good coaches. And if players are good, that means their coaches are good. And that's very, very important. And I applaud all you coaches that are willing to have in your heart, to work with kids, to work with players, to get them better, because it's not an easy job, and especially when we're talking young kids, it's not an easy job to do. So the fact that you want to take the time out of your schedule, your life schedule, to be a part of basketball, to help kids grow, to help kids develop, teach them life skills through the game of basketball. Hey, this is what happened in the game. Guess what? Some of these things are going to happen in your life, but this is how you can be better. I mean, it's an amazing job to have. And so thank you, coaches, and, just keep working, keep training these kids. Okay, I want to set up a few of you guys, and can you bring me 6 players? 6 players. 6 players with 4 basketballs. 6 players with 4 basketballs, please. I have 1 here, so just bring over 5. Another good, at times we have like shooting practice. We have only a time when we have shooting practice. They're gonna come in today for 2 hours and they're just going to shoot. And so I wanna put together something that will help you coaches with ideas, and we're gonna shoot. So I need a rebounder here. I need shooters on the elbow, shooters on the baseline, I'm sorry, and I need passers on the elbow. So you're a passer, you need a ball. You're a passer, you need a ball. And you're a rebounder, okay? And so, yeah, I mean, you can hold it, you can pass it, it doesn't matter. But your pass is gonna come here. Your rebound and your pass is gonna come here. You're the passer, you're the shooter. And so, normally I have players make 10 and then rotate, but for you guys, I'm gonna just have you shoot 5 and rotate. Whether you make or miss, it doesn't matter. You shoot 5 and rotate, okay? Go ahead, pass and shoot. Pass and shoot. Good. Pass and shoot. Rebound, pass and shoot. Okay, stop. Stop right there. Very good. Okay, go ahead and rotate. Just want to mention something right now. And coaches, this is very good, especially when you have 3 players working together. It's best if you can communicate with each other. It's best if you can communicate with each other. It's best when you work on your rebounding, okay? It's best when you work on your passing. When you work on your rebounding, when you work on your passing, it's best to work on all of these things at the same time. And look how much work we're getting done, coaches. We're working on rebounding. We're working on passing. We're working on shooting. And so for you 2 rebounders here, okay, whenever you rebound, whenever he shoots, it's actually best to rebound here because you see it, and 90% of the shots are going to go long, and then you're in the right position. Okay, I understand that. But you never want to rebound for your, just hold the ball. You never want to rebound for your teammate and you're standing here, okay? We get a lot of kids that do that. And I just want players to understand it's better if you practice good habits. If you practice on being in the right position for the rebound, Dennis Rodman type of guy. Watch some Dennis Rodman films. Don't necessarily watch his rebounds. Watch when the ball goes up in the air, what he does. When the ball's in the air, watch what he does. A lot of players, oh, I saw Dennis Rodman rebound. How did he rebound? Oh, yeah, but he went like this and he jumped. Yeah, but watch what he does when the ball is in the air. Really important, okay? So work on rebounding, work on passing, and then also you're working on shooting, okay? Let's go. Shoot 5 and then rotate. Yes. Rebound quick, pass quick, shoot quick. Make sure you don't drop the ball under your waistline. Good, very good, very good. Shoot the ball quicker, please. Shoot it quicker. Good. Shoot 5 and rotate. Make sure you communicate with each other, guys. Yeah, communicate with each other. Talk to each other. Okay, good. And rotate. Go ahead, rotate, go. Yeah, you can clap for them. Yeah. Support for your teammates, yes. Good. Yeah, communicate with them. Good. Good, communicate with them. Yes. Okay, stop. We'll stop right there. Just hold the basketballs. Now, coaches, if you can kind of remember how they started off and then look at how they are right now because they're rebounding faster, they're passing the ball better, they're shooting quicker, and they're communicating with each other. That's really important. That's really important. If you can get a group of guys that shoot the same way, a group of guys that communicate with each other, a group of guys that hustle and rebound, good passing, guess what? That's a championship team. That is a championship team, and you have to be excited about it. Hey, guys, hey, keep your guide hand up. Hey, come on, follow through. Hey, come on, pass the ball quicker. Come on, box out and rebound. When you start to help each other out that way and not to put each other down, but to help each other, you're going to be a championship team. And at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want to be a championship team. Okay. Yeah, everybody shot? Okay, good. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Big hand. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Can I have one basketball? Yes. And you come on up. You come on up, superstar. New nickname, superstar. Okay, all right, one thing we're gonna talk about, just go to the three-point line, please. One thing we're gonna talk about is footwork. And I'll have you just do your dribble, do your footwork, but don't take the shot. You'll come up here, stop, pass it to me, and then get back to that spot. When you're working with younger kids, a lot of times it's gonna be like that. Hey, I don't want you to take the shot. I just need you to get your footwork together, okay? So I'm gonna pass you the ball. One dribble left, get in the shooting position and stop, okay? Very good, pass it back. One dribble right. Look at the footwork, dribble, good, left, right, good. Dribble, right, left, good, back, good. Very good, good, do it again. Good, very good. Wait right there, please. Very nice. And I say that because I have a 7-year-old. Yeah, thank you. I train a 7-year-old, and I tell his parents, take videos of this because it's special. They say, what do you mean? You're going to look back on this 2 or 3 years from now, and you're going to be like, oh, wow. Yes, my kid is on the right track of being really, really good. And I did this drill with him, because he was messing up his footwork. And I said, okay, I don't want you to shoot the basketball. I want you to take one dribble, and this is the footwork I want you to use, and I want you to stop. Once I broke it down for him, he understood it clearly. Clearly, and a lot of times that's what we have to do with kids, with players. I say kids, young, but with players, we have to do that. We have to stop. We have to break it down. We may have an assistant coach. Look, I don't want you to slow us down. Coach, I need you to take Johnny down there, and I need you to work with him on his footwork. I need you to work with him on his left-hand layups, doing everything correctly, just so he doesn't slow the team down. And I don't want him to come back down here until he has it right. It may take all practice. It may take a few practices. Guess what? Next week, we're going to be better. Okay? Next week, we'll be better just because of it. Okay? Because we have a lot of high school coaches. Hey, I don't have time to teach fundamentals. Okay, well, why are you a coach? You got to teach these kids the right way. It's important. We're responsible, us as coaches. We're responsible for your development. Okay? If you don't get better, it's my fault. It's not your fault. I love taking that responsibility, okay? So now you're going to do 2 dribbles left, pull up. And let me see if you remember the correct footwork. Yes, pass it back, 2 dribbles right. Good, pass it back, 2 dribbles left. Good, pass it back, again, 2 dribbles right. Very nice. Thank you, big hand, thank you. That's very good. And the footworks are simple. The footworks are very, very simple. Now, you get some kids that want to come in and they want to do the James Harden, where they dribble and they're stepping to the side a couple of times. The referee calls travel. Then there's, but James Harden does it and the referee doesn't call travel. Well, he's in the NBA. And I don't want you being on YouTube. And coaches, this is important. And I tell our kids in our class, I don't want you on YouTube developing bad habits. If you want to watch YouTube, watch all the film, you can. But when you bring the bad habits here, you have to sit, because I don't want to see it. And they come in with all these YouTube videos in their brain, and they're all over the court. And I'm like, but I didn't teach you that. I want you to stay fundamentally sound. It's really important. You know, they drop their guide hand, they're turning to the side. You know, they make one shot. There's this huge celebration of the bow and arrow and all those things that they're shooting and doing all this. I don't allow them to do that because they're young kids. And at the end of the day, I want them to act like they made shots before, okay? You know, it can be easy making shots, but as basketball players and as shooters, sometimes we can make it hard. But the footwork is very, very important that we continue to teach the kids the right way, left, right, left. Now, if they're going straight at the basket, I prefer all your footwork to be left, right, shoot. If you're moving to the left, inside footwork, right, left, square up, shoot. Going to the right, left, right, square up, shoot. The reason why, especially with the younger kids, coaches, if they're right-handed and they go left, right, those are going to stay square. They're right-handed and they go right-left, which I see a lot of players do. Automatically, the shoulders shift away from the basket, and they don't shoot set shots. They shoot jump shots. They don't shoot jump shots. They shoot set shots. And so, trying to square up and then release on their set shot, it's just not enough time for the young kids. In my opinion, with my experience working with a lot of players. And so as a right-handed shooter, your foot going straight into the basket should be left, right, shoot. As a lefty, going straight into the basket, it should be right, left, shoot. The shoulders stay square. But if we're moving around the zone, we want to use our inside footwork. Right, left, square up, shoot, or left, right, square up, shoot. That's really, really important. Some kids may struggle with it, but then, hey, coach, can you take them down there and work with them so we can keep moving? We can keep moving faster, okay? So that's going to always be important working with players, and the sooner you start them working with the players on their fundamentals, the better they're going to get, and the more you can continue to move forward, because then you'll have a group of players that shooting with the same shooting form. You have a group of players that have really, really good footwork, and you understand it. And before you know it, you'll be making passes. You know they're going to be there, and it's just so much easier. Okay? Yeah. And so let me have 4 players. We have 4 players and 2 basketballs, please. Come on. A new 4. 4 players and 2 basketballs. I have one here. Here. Okay? So 3-point line here. You go ahead and go again. Number 12, 3-point line over here. You pass to him. You pass to him. Now, on the first round, one dribble left, pull up, shoot. One dribble right, pull up, shoot. Then one dribble pull up, shoot. One dribble right, pull up, shoot. And then the next round, you're going to go 2 dribbles right, 2 dribbles left. And then 2 dribbles left, and then 2 dribbles right. And after you do that, each series, then you're going to switch. Just so both of you can get a chance to shoot the basketball and then to work on your footwork with the correct shooting fundamentals, okay? So go ahead, pass. Go ahead, pass, go. Good. Good. Left hand straight. Good. Open that support hand straight. I want it picture perfect. 2 dribbles. Yep, that's all right. Second round, 2 dribbles. Very nice. Yep. Good. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Good. 2 dribbles right. Good. That's all right. Good. Now switch. Both guys switch. Yep. You're a shooter. You're the shooter. And you 2 guys pass the same thing. Go. Go. Okay, stop. You notice what you did wrong? When you take 1 dribble left, I want your footwork to be right, left, square up, shoot. Okay? Go again. Yes. Yes, very good. Very good. One dribble right. Good. Good. And just stay down low with the dribble. That way it's a lot easier for you to understand it. Keep going. 2 dribbles. Right, left footwork. Do it again. 2 dribbles left. 2 dribbles left. Right, left footwork. Do it again. Do it again. Right, left. Do it again. Slow down if you have to. Do it again. I want right, left, not left, right. Just slow down. Go ahead. Yes, there you go. There you go. Very good. Do it again. Same side. Same side. Good. One more time. Same side. Good. Okay, stop. Now you got it. Now you got it, and that's really important. And coaches, there may be times where you have to get that player, your player, to slow down, do it again. Slow down, do it again. No, do the correct footwork. Slow down. Yeah. Slow down, do it again. Do the correct footwork. That's important for coaches to help their players. If they're not getting the correct footwork and you know it and you see it, don't let the player continue. Have that player slow down. You don't have to go fast, but I need you to get it right because this is only practice. We don't have a game right now. We're just practicing to be better. And so that's going to be really important. And I thank you. Very good. I thank you for understanding, opening your mind just to slow down and we get it right. Because as a coach, I have to make sure you develop. Teammates, they're cheering for you. They're motivating you. That's exactly what we need from our team. We need our teammates to continue to motivate us. We need the coaches to continue to correct us. You may have to go through corrections every single practice, but that's how you get better. Okay? So let's have you guys go through it one more time. Okay? Go ahead. Pass, pass, and go. Pass and go. Yes, very good. And look at the guide hand. I like it. Good. Good help out. You can communicate with each other. It's okay. That guide hand is getting better. I like it. 2 dribbles left, 2 dribbles right. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Nice. Okay, switch. Good. Good. And make sure the support hand stays straight towards the basket and not out this way, okay? Good. Let me see the footwork. Good. Very nice. Good. All right. Let me see your footwork. That's okay. He's got it now. Okay? Go to the right. 1 dribble right. Good. Good. 2 dribbles right. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Good job. Good job. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. So, coaches. Okay. Coaches, look at the adjustments we made. We had one player not keep their guide hand open. Within this 3 to 4 minutes of shooting and training and explaining, the guide hand is straight. We had a player had the incorrect footwork. Within just 3 to 4 minutes, we corrected the footwork, and guess what? We're so much better now. Within 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, we're so much better. That's all it takes. That's all it takes for us to be better. If the coaches can just understand what the players are doing wrong, even what the players are doing right, what they're doing wrong, and we make those adjustments right away. It doesn't take much time, and I'm sure if they're playing basketball, you have a lot of smart kids, okay? Let's do a quick recap on our shooting form. So if I can get all you players to line up on the white line, please. Okay, come on, come on. And we'll go through our shooting form again, and coaches, you can never do this too much. Especially if you're working with younger kids, you can never do this too much. Because guess what? They're going to go back to their old habits. You're going to clean it up. But by the end of the week or by the very next week, they're going to get it because they'll have it in their brain, and that's the most important thing. Okay, guys, feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. I love doing it all the time anyway. Bend your knees. Shooting head on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Very nice. Relax. Let's go a couple more times. Feet, shoulders width apart. Put your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting head on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Very good. I'm telling you, the entire team is doing it the same way. The entire team. This is how you build a championship team. When everyone, I'm sorry? Yeah. If everyone is doing it correctly, okay? All right, stop. Now, some players like to stagger their feet. Okay? Players. Some of you see some NBA players do it. Some players like to stagger their feet. And I allow the young players to stagger their feet. They get a lot of power, especially with their right hand. They're right-handed. They stagger. The left foot is up, with their left hand. But if that's what their comfort zone is, as long as their percentage is pretty high, I let it stay. Now, if their percentage is low, I start to make adjustments and make sure that their feet are parallel. Make sure you're not too wide or you're not too narrow, okay? But you guys seem to do it really good. You must have done this before. Okay, let's go a couple more times. Feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting hand on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Relax. Ready, shoot. Ready, shoot. Ready, shoot. Ready, shoot. Ready, shoot. Relax. Now, that ready shoot is a good tempo for kids to learn. That way they don't get the ball in their hand and they're holding it too long. That way, or they're rushing the ball up at the basket too early, too quickly. And so this ready shoot is a really good, comfortable timing that they should be receiving the ball and shooting the basketball. Let's go a couple more times, guys. Ready, shoot. Ready, shoot. Ready, shoot. Stay there. And when guys are moving around the zone, they're moving without the basketball, and they receive the basketball, they should already be down. So that way, get the ball ready and then go up and shoot. It's not too fast, it's not too slow. It's at a good tempo to be consistent. If you rush the ball up at the basket, you have a good chance of missing. If you hold the basketball too long, defense is going to be all over you. Okay. Feel it in your shoulders right now? Okay, good, relax. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you.
Here, let's get you some water
Oh,
break.
thank you.
And
Thank
then
you.
we'll talk about the break.
Thank you.
So the next part of this, we'll talk a little bit more about how the mental aspect of the game is. Shooting, as many of the coaches may know, is so much of it is mental. Confidence, mental, and what is a great shooter like Steph Curry, for example, in NBA? What is David Jones? What part of his mind that he trains so that when he's at a free throw line in pressure situation, or when he's at a game in a pressure situation, what does he do? What is it techniques he uses? So we're going to talk a little bit about the shooter's mindset. What should be a shooter's mindset in order for you to be successful in a game, in practice?
And it's a very good question. I have a lot of people ask me that a lot of times. I've been very fortunate in my professional career and shoot with a high percentage every season, but it's a lot of hard work, and that's where it comes from. To have a certain mindset, to be mentally tough, to be mentally strong, to shoot with a lot of consistency, you have to train your brain for it. You have to train for it. It's not going to just happen when you get to the game. No, it happens when no one's in the gym watching. And for me, I found that my best time, my best thinking time, my best learning time, my best consistent time with basketball has been 3 a.m. in the morning. And so I'm up in the morning at 2:30, I'm in the gym at 3, and I get in the gym, I'm the only one making noise, and I hear a rhythm with the ball and the floor, and with the basket where I shoot it off the backboard, or if I shoot it straight in, and everyone loves to hear that net swish. And then I go over and over and over again. And what I would do on how I train myself mentally to be really consistent, number one, you have to have strong legs. So I get up in the morning and I run for an hour. And then I take a couple hours break, and I'm in the gym, and I make 1,000 jump shots. 1,000 jump shots each day. And so I'll get in mid-range shots, and sometime I'm inside the zone when I shoot. And on the baseline, those are the hardest shots on the baseline in close. And I make 100 of those shots. And then after I make 100, I get to the free throw line, and I make 25 free throws. Then I'm a little bit further out, and I make 100. I'm getting my own rebound. And then when I get done with my 100, I always just have a timer. I have to be done in 15 minutes. And so then I get to the free throw line. I have to make 25 free throws. And then I move a little bit further out, and I have to make 100. I'm getting my own rebound. I'm dribbling out. I'm shooting. What that did, not only work on my consistency with shooting, it worked on my mental state of mind. It worked on my conditioning. It worked on my shooting. It gave me a sense of I can make any shot I pull up because I'm doing so many shots every single day. And I get to the three-point line, and I make 100.
So
Yes,
I think that's, I mean, obviously, DJ, your standards are pretty high, but let's bring you down to earth in terms of the real ball papers. If you're a young player that's starting out, the coaches that are working with younger players, what should be a realistic goal to train your mind? I know you have something called brain training.
Yes.
So how should that be in terms of training those players to just get better at it, right?
Yes.
What should they do?
And so what I figured out a while back, if you have a shooting machine, Dr. Dish machine, it works better. But if not, you can have a partner. If you have two partners, it's good because then you have a couple of basketballs. But you can go at one spot to make it easier, start off easier. And I always start with the shooting machine here at one spot. And you have to make 200 shots before you stop. But for time, how long is it going to take you to make 200 shots? And you keep getting the pass. If you have the Dr. Dish machine, you know, the pass is going to come out every second. And guys, and you know, you're going to feel it in your shoulders. All right? You're going to start to feel it in your brain. And then that's where the mental tough in the brain. This is when the brain starts to change a little bit. If you stay with it, you get better and you get stronger. And so I ran this test on my daughter. I said, okay, it was actually 11 o'clock at night. I want to try something. She's like, oh boy, here's Dad, experiment science class. And so I set up the machine and I put it on 1 second. I said, you have to make 200 shots and I'm going to time you. And so she said, okay, it come out every second. So she started shooting. She's making her shots. And she finished at 9 minutes and 23 seconds. And she missed 11 shots. And she was like this when she got done. You can feel it here. And I said, how did that make you feel? She was like, well, it feels good. But as I kept shooting, I started to feel different. I said, what different did it make you feel? She was like, no, but I was just hitting my shots. And that told me her brain was getting stronger when it came to shooting. You get fatigued, your shoulders get tired. You know, you still have to remember your fundamentals, you know, so you can make that shot, you know, every time release up high. And I said, oh, wow. I wanted to see how she felt. So I said, okay, my turn. Start the machine, and I started shooting. But yes, my brain, because I'm older, is stronger than hers, and I know how to ignore pain. I know how to ignore fatigue. I know how to fight through adversity. And when you're shooting, those are a lot of the same things that you'll have to do when you're shooting. Fight through the adversity of being fatigued and your shoulders being tired, your legs being tired. And so I get up and I start shooting. I made the first 116 in a row. And it took me 8 minutes and 24 seconds. And she was like, wow. And I said, I kind of understand how you felt. Because when I got to maybe 100 or 120, I just started to feel stronger. I started to feel better. I was getting a little tired, but I didn't focus on getting tired. I didn't focus on being tired. I just focused on, man, I'm really doing this. And so I missed 6. I made 116 in a row, 8 minutes and 24 seconds. And when I got done, Tashara, I really started to feel good about myself.
So basically, I think what you're trying to say is, if you're a young ball player, if you're a coach, whatever that is, it's not the numbers that matter.
It's not the numbers that matter.
It really is not. It's to basically have a time limitation, whether that's 10 minutes and whatever you made. Let's say you made, 50 shots in 10 minutes. And then your goal is to improve on it. And it's just to improve on it. And that's what the brain training is
Absolutely.
about. Because most likely, when you're in that 6th, 7th, 8th minute mark, your brain, you're going to start getting distracted.
Yes.
You're going to start feeling your body. So it's to refocus back at the task at hand.
Absolutely.
Right? And so the refocus at the task at hand so that you can continue to focus back on your fundamentals.
Yes.
So that you can start making the shots.
Exactly.
Right?
And and something, especially you coaches, especially work with younger kids, because I do the same thing with them. Having these young kids have a strong mind. And so I'll have them, okay, you have to make 10 in 1 minute. And they think it's easy, and they'll end up with 4. And I said, okay, now you're going to go again, and I want you to stay focused. They stay focused, then they finish with 8. You got to do it again. Take a deep breath. Okay, I want you to go again. And then, they get to 10. And I'm like, okay, but why not the first time? Well, their brain wasn't trained to understand it that way. And that's the importance of training the brain to be mentally tough every time you get out on the court and you start shooting. If I can do it with 7 and 8-year-olds, for sure you coaches can do it with anyone you train, because it's not very easy to do or very easy for young kids to understand. But if you as a coach have these players go through that and encourage them and with the shooting fundamentals and they're doing a good job, trust me, they will get to that goal. As you work with older players, you may give them, okay, you have to make 25 in 2 minutes. And so there's so many different drills that you can do with players on timing them, getting them to shoot the ball quicker, especially with the time. But at the same time, it strengthens their brain to be mentally tough. And don't worry about it. And the good thing about it is you don't worry about missing shots, because you just have to focus on that next pass coming at you, and you have to take it and shoot it. After a month's time, you would be amazed on how much that player, your player, has learned just by your knowledge of teaching them how to be mentally tough.
Yep, that's an excellent point. So I think that's that's pretty much the recap for today.
Yes, sir.
In terms of your training, right? How you
Yes.
prepare the players to mentally be ready for the shooting mechanics, always using their form, so that it's all about always using the shooting mechanics and shooting form, so that whether they make or miss their shots, their brain and their muscles are trained for it.
Absolutely. And I encourage every coach, do it with every single player that you have. Do it with every single player that you have, and you'll see that games will start to become a little bit easier because they're mentally tougher than the day before.
Okay. I'm going to hand it over to Coach Bhaskar for a wrap up here.
Hello, coaches. Once again, I request our DJ just to wind up all the things, just give you a recap, how they have to start and how to end within 2 minutes. Then we'll enter into the question and answer. We'll go for question and answer 10 minutes after the recap.
Okay, yes.
You can ask the boys to wind up. You can show once again all your shooting actions. You show again the shooting action. Then finish it, then we'll go for question and answer.
Okay. Okay, guys, come on up. White line facing me. Come on, let's go. Hustle, hustle. I like it. All hustle together. We all shoot the same way. Championship team. Feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting hand on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Relax. Feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting hand on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Relax. And what I like to do is I like to say this over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. And you know what players tell me? DJ, you sound so annoying. I said, I know. And guess what? They go home and they start saying the same thing to their parents. That tells me they have it here. And that's the most important thing, that they have it in their brain. And that's why I say it over and over and over again, because it's annoying, but you're going to be better. You will be a better shooter because of it, okay? A couple more times. Feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting hand on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Open your feet just a little bit more. Open your feet just a little bit more. Thank you. Very nice. Relax. Feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting hand on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. That's what championship teams do. That's what championship teams do. They bond together. They have a good chemistry. They do everything together. And that's what you guys are doing. Very good. Thank you. Please.
Thank you, DJ.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, boys. So I request now all the coaches, you can ask questions, you can raise questions, because he is very much interested to give answers for all your questions. So please go for your questions. You can message it.
A recap on footwork. Okay.
So someone is asking for the recap of
Get a ball,
the
please.
foot, how they have to stand, how you have to bend your knees. So Mr. DJ is once again taking that. Please watch.
So let's say you're at the free throw
Footwork,
line.
how they have to go move on right side and
Yeah.
left side.
Okay, feet, shoulders width apart. Point your feet straight. Bend your knees. Shooting hand on top of the basketball. Ready, shoot. Okay, very good. Now, I want you to come over to the wing here. Okay. I'm going to pass you the basketball. It's going to be one dribble left. And your footwork, before you pull up and shoot, I just want you to stop. But your footwork should be right, left, shoot, because you're going left. Okay? Go. All right, and do it without the extra steps in between. So only thing you're going to do is stay there. Stay there. You're going to receive the ball, inside footwork. Dribble, right, left, shoot. Dribble, right, left, shoot. dribble, right, left, shoot. A lot of things is all about rhythm, okay? Go ahead. Dribble, right, left, there you go, okay? Go to the right, same. Dribble, left, right, shoot. Okay, so that's the inside footwork, you know, on going to the left, it's right, left, shoot. Going to the right, it's left, right, shoot.
The second question is that's aiming the first ring or the second ring. Which one is the best, DJ? Aiming the first ring
Very good.
or the second ring?
Okay, so when I'm working with young kids, first thing I tell them, your focus is the back of the rim. If I'm on the baseline, the left baseline, my focus is on the opposite side, the back of the rim every time. Now, when we get to the point where we're professionals, when we're national team players, my focus is on the closest hook that the rim and the net connects. That's my focus as a professional. And the reason why is because the mind starts to play tricks on me, my mind. And if I stare at that spot, every time I receive the ball and go up and shoot, that's where my focus is. If I have a defender on me and they're waving their hands in my face and they come here, I don't even blink because that's my focus. And it makes the basket start to feel bigger, which it doesn't, it feels bigger. But on a professional level, when the mind is a lot stronger, that's what you want to teach. Now, for the amateur kids, players, all right, the focus is going to be at the back of the rim. Because if I aim for the back of the rim, more than likely my shot will not be short. And we don't want these shots to come up short. If you shoot it long and miss, at least some point in time you had a chance to score, okay? So if you shoot it short, you never had a chance to score. So for you coaches out there, I would encourage you all, teach the kids to keep their eyes on the back of the rim. And so that ball gets over the front of rim to the back of the rim, they have a better chance of scoring basketball.
Thank you, Mr. DJ. So as per DJ's thought that he is requesting us to go and concentrate, the kids should go always concentrate on the back of the ring. It means the second ring. So the next question is for you, Mr. DJ, that can you elaborate about the upper body biomechanics when shooting? The upper body biomechanical points of shooting.
Yeah, so it's important. The body can move any way you want it to, okay? If I'm dribbling to the left, see where my body's turned? When I get ready to shoot, I have to square up to the basket. And like I talked about earlier, feet, shoulders width apart, if my feet are straight at the basket, my hips are straight, I just have to shoot it down the middle because my shoulders are straight, okay? And so there's a lot of players, you see them shoot the ball off balance, it's a harder shot to make. But from the waist up, stay the same. Now, it could be a last second shot, and I've done it before. You go up and you get bumped, and you get bumped here. I focus as quickly as I can on squaring my shoulders up to the basket. And look at the lower part of my body. But look at my shoulders. From my waist up, look where I'm turning. And you see that finish. You see Michael Jordan, you see Kobe Bryant, they do that a lot. They make sure those shoulders are square at the basket, you know, when they shoot. And sometimes their body be off balance. You're going to get hit in basketball. So the most important thing for the waist up is if you can square your body to the basket before you release.
Thank you, DJ. So DJ is, once again, he is recommending that shoulder should be parallel to the ring. So that the upper body always from the torso it should reach towards the ring and you can make an attempt. Now the third question for you, Mr. DJ, that how you can self-analyze after the match, how I can analyze myself that how I made baskets, missed baskets. What's your opinion on that?
That's very good, and very good question, thank you. And how you self-analyze, especially shooting, okay? As an individual, as a player, you have to go back to what we did here. When I missed a shot, my feet, shoulders width apart, were my feet straight, were my hips straight? Did I use my legs? Did I have a full extension? Was my guide hand straight? You have to go through, you have to analyze every single shot that you take all the time as a player. As a coach, if we can teach our players that, we're going to be better. And there's times where they'll be in games and you may have to tell them, Tashara, square up to the basket, get your feet straight. You know, it's really, especially for me coaching and training, it's never telling a player, hey, you got to focus on your shot. I'm telling them what they did wrong with their feet. So being able to self-analyze yourself, you have to always think of the shooting fundamentals that we worked on at the beginning, middle, and end now. Feet shoulders width apart, point your feet straight, bend your knees, shooting hand on top of the basketball, ready, shoot. That has to be what you're thinking when you self-analyze yourself after a match.
So the next question is regarding how to improve the accuracy in shooting.
Oh, very good. A good way to improve accuracy with shooting, you want to start in close. I do this a lot. I do this with players that I train and kids I train, my daughter, okay? We're going to shoot from here. We have to make 10 in a row, okay? And then she makes 10 in a row and she thinks we're going to do something else. I tell my daughter, no, okay? Now you have to make 10 in a row and the ball cannot touch the rim, the ring. It has to go straight in, it has to hit the net every single time. And so we'll spend maybe 15, 20 minutes on this sometimes. If her shot is off certain days, then on one training session we'll come in the morning and we're working on making 10 in a row. It's increasing your accuracy, okay? Then once she achieves that, then we're gonna work on, okay, now you have to hit all net every single shot and it can't hit the rim. And when you do that, it's a perfect way and real quickly are you working on your accuracy with shooting, but you're in close. It's hard to work on being very consistent, being very accurate when you're out here. If you want to be accurate with shooting, you have to be in close and then work your way back.
Thank you, Coach. Then next question for you, that's regarding the target, the power, how you are gaining the power. How can we gain the power to shoot the release of the ball?
So the power comes from your legs. It doesn't come from your arms. I actually wanted an agent of mine get in contact with LeBron James a few years back so I can help him with his free throws. Because if you see his free throws, he'd take his dribble, he fully extend with his legs, and the ball is still in his hands, and then he shoots. So he shoots with all arms. He's a little bit better now, but shoots with all arms. I see a lot of players do that. You get the power from your legs, but not so much just when you go out and shoot. You have to train your legs to be stronger. You know, if they're young kids, we don't want them in the weight room lifting weights. But guess what? A lot of running helps their legs be stronger, okay? And the strength comes from your legs. If you see a kid fully extended, because you should be here, going up and releasing and extending simultaneously. But you see a kid fully extended and they still have the ball in their hands, they've lost all of their power with shooting because the power comes from the legs and you have to be here. If you're here, you're ready to dribble, you're ready to pass, and you're also ready to shoot. But you get your power by being here. Same with defense. You get the power from being here on defense. If you stand up, you're going to get beat very easily.
This is an interesting question. What's the difference between the Indian basketball players and the US basketball players regarding only the shooting part?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
What is the difference between the Indian basketball players and the US basketball players in shooting?
In shooting? That's very easy.
Technique.
The Indian players, they listen. American players, I'm sorry. A lot of American players, they do listen too. But for the most part, with my experience coming here to India, you guys listen very good. And I'm really proud and I'm really happy about that you listen very, very good. Now, American players, sometimes if they think they're good, and a lot of times their parents are telling them how amazing they are, and so they come into my academy and they think they're all-stars. I'm like, what? But you're doing all of these things wrong. We have to correct these things before we get here. Oh, but no one, we had a kid come in, no one can guard me. I'll cross him up. And then when they went against players that were younger, then he struggled, only because in his mind he thought he was better versus just listening to what I want to teach him to be better. And so that is what I see the difference with Indian kids and American kids is just a listen part, which we do have a lot of American kids that do listen and they excel very, very good.
Again, most of the questions regarding the accuracy of the shooting. So, Coach DJ already just he was discussing the same point. You can start from the close to the ring. So later, once they got the shooting form, they developed. Then you can move towards outside, means you can reach the 3 points. Then the important another thing is you are teaching the kids. If you are teaching directly the long distance attempts, it means 3 points. What will happen? They may not try to get the power from the lower body. They will use the upper body and they may twist and send the ball. So which cast later stage they cannot go for a good shooting form. So better we can start, especially some people are asking, coaches are asking that, how we can start from with the 10 years, 11 years kids. You have to start very close to the basket.
Yes.
Then slowly, once they got the form of the shooting, then they can move towards outside, means the long distance shots are, even in the elite level, we can go deep threes.
Yes.
So it depends upon how
Yes,
we
sir.
are training the kids.
And we do have players that shoot further back. Once they start turning their body, snap, come on in closer. And sometimes they don't want to, but let's make a sacrifice. Let's make a 1 week, 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year. Let's make a 6-month sacrifice and have you in here straight, because you get better with your muscle memory and your mechanics, and then you can move out. But then you're better later on in life, and then we never have to go through these easy fundamentals again because you're twisting your body.
There is one more question regarding, Coach, can you share the shooting chart? Yeah, after this Zoom, then we will share the videos, recorded videos, and as well as we will share the shooting chart so that you can also make your own shooting chart. As Coach said that you have to make a task that within how many minutes they will make, how many attempts, then how many made baskets you can make it. So you can keep on the same track, then you can find out that whether they are very fast, they are able to make quick shots, how they are making, one thing. So Coach, he has already given some charts, so we will share it in the group also.
Yeah.
Okay, Coach DJ, please explain the proper jump shot and how to improve the jump shots. How to improve the jump shots, jumper.
You improve the jump shot by jumping. So a lot of shots that you see me take, they're set shots. Jump shots, you're jumping and then you're releasing. I know a couple of guys here shoot jump shots, which I really love the jump shots. I really do. Now, you want to improve your jump shots, but you struggle from out here. And it always comes back to the basic fundamentals. You want to come in close and you want to shoot jump shots from here. And then as you get comfortable with it, you want to work your way back. Then you want to shoot jump shots from here. And you get comfortable with it, you work your way back. And then you want to shoot jump shots from here, okay? That's the best way to improve your jump shots. There's a lot of players, coaches, they want to start out here with jump shots and they're missing every single shot that they take. Then they're frustrated. And then you as a coach have to get this player to settle down, calm down. They're frustrated and we have to get them back focused. And so I always encourage players, start in close and work your way back.
Thank you, DJ. So the last question out of this one, Manpreet is asking that how the players used to do in my practice, they are using the left hand. It means the guiding hand or supportive hand. it's always pushing the ball. Okay, how can we stop? How
Yes.
can we stop that bad release?
And so it's real easy. We have a lot of players that do that. So you want to start them in close, okay? And they're holding the basketball. When they get to about right here, they have to let go and shoot. Again, get here, let go, and shoot. Let go, shoot. Some kids, they may not want to, and they keep using the hand. They said, okay, no problem. Put your hand down. And then they hold the ball with one hand. You have them hold the ball here with one hand, and then go up and shoot. And when that comes consistent, then you have them hold the ball here, let go, and shoot, but keep your guide hand up. Start here, come up, let go, and shoot with one hand. And so you'll have it to where players, seems like players are shooting the ball, and they're like a shot put and like track and field, but they're getting better at it. And it'll take a few months depending on the player. If the player is a fast learner, it won't take him long at all. If the player is not a fast learner, and you have some players that just learn faster than others, be patient with them, take their time, make sure they let go with that guide hand because their support hand, they can do it. You're just working them out of those bad habits into good habits. That's all you're doing, is working them out of bad habits into good habits. But that's a really good question because there's kids all over the world that do that, and I see it right away. So that's a really good question.
Thank you, Mr. DJ.
My pleasure.
So we are
sir.
coming to the last part of this online clinic for shooting technique. So, Mr. DJ, last 4 days he's here working with our under U16 girls and the senior women team. And he already met some of the university players at the SRM, Chennai. And he has conducted the clinic for the small kids, more than 200 kids at Chennai. And tomorrow he may fly to Bangalore to conduct a clinic over there. Then day after tomorrow, he may meet our Indian senior men team for the same shooting clinics. So on behalf of the Basketball Federation of India, the President, Mr. Adav Arjuna, and the Basketball Federation of India Secretary, Mr. Gulvinder Gill, and all other dignitaries and office bearers of BFI, and from all of you, on behalf of all the coaches from your side, and I thank Mr. DJ, who has came here all the way from US and has given you good in-depth knowledge of shooting. I must thank the SRM institutions who has sent our boys. Boys, please come over here. So we must thank our SRM institution basketball players who are working last 4 days with us and all the what you call clinics or wherever we conducted. And I must thank Mr. Patel, who is the man behind of these clinics. And I must thank everyone of all our coaches, all of our office bearers. Thank you so much on behalf of, once again, on behalf of BFI, thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.